Hello traders, Sid here with another weekly watchlist video. And before jumping into this week's watchlist, let's take a look at what happened in the market in last week. So last week we had a good rally, or we can say a bull rally towards the upside after Fed meeting. Now why that happened? That happened mainly because of the two reasons. First one, 25-point rate hike. Now Fed announced this rate hike last Wednesday during their FOMC meeting, and market was kind of expected that 25-point rate hike is going to happen. Also, Fed handled the overall situation while announcing the rate hike pretty nicely and didn't surprise market in a bad way. So we started this bull rally from Wednesday going into Thursday, and on Friday we saw that continuation. Now the main question that we need to ask here, whether this will continue or not, and part of this bull rally was because of the peace talk or the ceasefire talk going between Russia and Ukraine. Now, whether that will happen or not, it's still uncertain. Fluctuation in the oil prices, that's another thing that is uncertain. So there are few geopolitical things that might influence this market and halt this rally. But we just have to see, and we just have to trade day by day based on what market offers us at that particular point in time. Going into this week for the NASDAQ, it's already in the resistance zone. What I mean by resistance zone is we are in a defined downtrend, and if you see, I draw this channel where it got rejected 1, 2, 3 times, and we are right at that spot where it might see a rejection. Now we need to consider two scenarios: whether that rejection will be a proper rejection and it will put back again in the box where we keep trading between 1400 and 4400. In other case scenario, we might get a slight pullback and we see the continuation of this bull rally going towards 1500. If whether that will happen or not, it's all speculation at this point, and everything depends on the other factors, mainly geopolitical tension, upcoming Fed meetings, Russia-Ukraine war, oil prices, energy prices, and all those things. We have to keep all these things in mind going into this week. If we take a look at QQQ, which tracks NASDAQ, we can see the similar price action. Even though we saw the bull run, overall market is still bearish considering these two major indices, which is SPY and QQQ. You see the similar price action over here in SPY. In case of SPY, we had quite a good bull rally and we broke this down resistance, this channel, pretty nicely. We are heading towards the major resistance between this 4500 zone. So we need to see whether we can continue this rally, or those two scenarios that I just mentioned with NASDAQ, if those scenarios play with SPY as well. And you see the similar price action within SPY. Similar to NASDAQ, SPY is still bearish. The other thing that I want to point out here is VIX. Prior to last week, we've been trading between the range of 25 to 30, which is quite high considering we spent last year below 25. So right now we are at 2386, which is quite low. So we need to keep an eye on the VIX as well, because if VIX has an inverse relationship with an indices like NASDAQ and S&P 500 E-mini futures, so if VIX is dropping, we will see the rally continuation, or if VIX started reversing and going back towards 30 level, then we will see a drop in the market. Before jumping into this week's watch list, let's take a look at the sectors. So except the energy sector, rest of the sectors were green. Now the consumer discretionary sector had the most move, almost around like 9%. Technology sector following the consumer discretionary sectors, and it moved up by 7.64%. Financial sector had the similar moves. Healthcare sector is also moved quite a lot. Except energy sector, we saw quite a nice bull rally in rest of the sectors. Now going into this week's, what I expect is some kind of like a pullback in rest of the sector with some rebound in energy sector. Whether that happens or not, we have to wait and watch. That's why I said, like, going into this week's, we need to see how market react to the rest of the factors like oil prices, geopolitical tension, Russia-Ukraine war, and upcoming inflation data and all those things. So as week progress, we will see the price action developed in a market, and that will give us a better idea where market wants to move. Now, instead of going over all the stocks in the watch list, because all of them has a similar setup or the similar price action movement, so instead of going over each stock one by one and explaining everything, what I did over here is I used this volume profile tool to mark out the resistance and support lines, and at the same time I added this screenshot that I took from the quant data, which provide options activity. Also, I sort them out based on the highest volume and highest open interest, because that will give us a fair bit of idea where that particular stock wants to move or how that stock's price action will develop over this week. So I label them as highest volume and highest open interest, and with resistance and support line. So what I'm going to do is, like, I will provide the link for all this chart in the description so that you can click on that and see everything that you need to know about the stock. So that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please let me know. What I'm thinking about doing is opening a Patreon account and create a detailed watch list in a PDF format so that you guys can just download and have a look at it with all the data in it, instead of just clicking on this particular stocks watch list or the particular ticker chart. So that will be a good idea, and that will save my time, because creating a video and editing it takes a lot of time. I usually don't get enough time to work on all the things that I want to do. So that will save my time and save your time as well. Let me know if you like this idea in the comment section below. If you get any value from this video, just hit the like button so that algorithm can know that this is a valuable video. And that's it. See you in next week's video. Bye.